Exactly. Overruled. Strike that from the record. These are just a bunch of terms. I don't know.
Exactly.
I hope the sound check caught the skin on skin that is now left an imprint on Tap's forehead. Hi, everyone. Welcome to our stream. You are watching episode 4 of our Sagas game, Into the Sagas Verse. Thank you so much for joining it. And don't forget to check out the amazing Kickstarter and back the game if you're so interested. You're definitely going to be interested after watching this great game, right?
Yeah.
Right. I was going to do an intro, but no, honestly, that covered it. Hello, everyone, and welcome. We find our heroes as they are standing in the dungeon of a wizard's tower. And they, along with all of us, are hearing chanting. A crowd slowly chanting the name of a gladiator, slowly going wilder and wilder as the name of one of the gladiators is as the gladiator who just defeated another gladiator in a spell versus spell battle rings out. You can smell the blood and the sand and a mild sea breeze, and just the smells of a ancient medieval city. Nothing but good smells. And as you are looking down, you realize that this is the next world into the Sagasverse. So, everyone, go ahead and reset your health and effort tracks as we begin with the penultimate world. It's time for Primetime Coliseum.
Oh man, I hope I'm not a bad guy. I remember that one movie, Gladiator. Did you guys all see that movie back in the day?
Yeah.
It's a pretty good movie. I hope I'm like that Marcus guy. The guy that says his whole name. When he comes in, he's like, "Hey, my name's John something. This blah blah blah." And I'm gonna kick your ass.
I'm Marcus Aurelius, husband to a murdered wife, father of a murdered son. Is that the story you want to have in there?
Yeah. So that'd be really cool. Be someone like that, Yeah.
Sure.
I'm feeling away. I don't care if they make me the bad person. I just want this over with. I want the path home.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. I just want to get the frick back home. This is fun and everything, but I should have got.
So, who is the first person to jump on through?
Jump.
I think we were holding hands. I think you dragged me after you.
Yeah. So we see Amy just going, take a running leap and jump in, and then we hear the as Archie is being pulled along. Amy and Ida and Chirag, care to introduce your new characters?
I think as Amy goes through the shimmering portal gate into another universe, all those pent-up feelings of aggression, frustration, and God, I made myself so emotionally vulnerable back there. Oh, and I still have his hand, and I'm sweating, and he's gonna have thoughts. Sort of physically manifest as Amy comes out this large, broad shoulder, hulking woman warrior. Imagine She-Hulk, but if the directors weren't cowards and actually made her super buff in the last TV show.
Amazing.
Pelts, leather straps, broad shield on her back, covered in scars and cuts from glorious previous battles. And as she falls down, her scream is contorting. It's like, oh, look at all these nice people. Oh, how nice. Oh, they're clapping. Oh, they're all happy. Good for them. Ooh.
Okay. And Shirag, what does your character look like as you're being yanked down, screaming into the new world?
The figure that arrives, lands next to you, is a slight difference. It's where big and hulking. Somehow he's slimmed down, much skinnier, almost scrawny, in a costume version of like Celtic wear, like skirts down to the knee, open chest, and he's like holding an old version of a Greek or Roman lyre. It's like that instrument. He's there. He's like has like matted curls, and he's got the beard he has is almost like a fake beard that's kind of like sort of like painted on to give like the give a certain like look, but underneath it looks very you know he was a refined figure. He's like saying he like stands up. There's some muscles in there, but it's like cosmetic muscles that are like there rather than just like hard working. It's like
A bodybuilder's muscles rather than a laborer's.
more like a K-pop band member's muscles than opposed to a body.
Amazing.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that kind
And
of cosmetic.
Hell yeah.
As the two of you land in the sand pit, Amy probably landing in a perfect 3-point landing. What
Stumbled on
are
my
your
knees.
characters' hero names? Your wrestling personas.
I think as Amy does her 3-point landing and gets up like, oh, that was just lucky. Oh my goodness. I think anyone can do that if they tried hard enough. In the corner, you see Amy's fan club is already there. They have signs. And don't come for me, internet. I just Googled Latin translations of things. Her name is Damaris Magnus. I'll type that out later for us, but it essentially translates to the gentle giant, gentle large one.
And Archie?
Yeah, and you can see the one who was used to called Archie, like standing up, and like people, it's like, oh, my house, everyone here for a good time, and there's some cheering, some booing, as we have the music, the bountiful Briton, because that's a stereotype, one from the recently, the barbarian. No, if you call the Briton barbarian, which is like the liar doesn't work. Like they made him look like he's a barbarian, but he's come out with a lie, which is very confusing to everyone. But yeah, he is the Briton barbarian, or the barbarian from Britain.
So as the two of you land in the arena, in the red corner, out of character, Ida. What was your character name?
Damaris Magnus.
Damaris Magnus. In the red corner, Damaris Magnus and the barbarian from Britain. And as that is yelled out, there's a bunch of red fireworks that explodes behind you, and the arena bursts out in cheers. And then the cheers settle into an air of expectation. The kind of air that you could cut with a knife. As who's the next person to jump in?
I look
You
at
just
Avery.
you just look at the sword launch itself through the portal.
Oh shit! Oh, I see you
Yeah,
there.
we see the sword pierce the portal and start flinging itself down. And I'm just going to go ahead and say that the sword itself flies down, stabs into the ground, and then transforms. And what does it transform into?
So the sword shimmers with like purple and silver like shimmer, and then a 5'5" muscular figure emerges. She's not super tall compared to other gladiators, but she does a lot of CrossFit and like weightlifting and stuff like that. So she's got some muscle, but she's still on the smaller side for this type of athlete. She's very I would say like bulky muscular, like, toned in musculature.
Wiry.
Something like that, sure. She's she's not like bulky muscular. She's toned, like,
An athlete's and a gymnast's muscle.
Yeah, a gymnast build, yeah.
Yeah.
And she has golden blonde hair, and she's got like I whatever headpieces they wear in this era, like just like some kind of headband accessory situation, like up top to like hold her hair down, and um not too dissimilar from Avery's build in her real life, but just bigger. You know what I mean? There's a little extra heft to it, and she's like looks at herself as she emerges from the special effects or whatever, and she's just like, "Hey, this is cool."
And what is your character's name?
Her name is Cassia Gallus, but she is referred to as the Dynamo in the ring or in the arena.
And in the blue corner, fighting against the giant and the Briton, Dynamo. And
Oh, no.
as like blue fireworks flash out, there's a voice that starts rumbling forward. But she cannot fight them alone. Who else to back her up? But
And I'd say that
Technically.
Robbie's looking in the portal, and he's like, "Man, I wonder who's gonna come out." And just kind of like watching through the portal, and he's like, "Oh wait, there's me!" And he jumps through the portal. And I have a very specific idea for an entrance, if you'll allow. So Robbie sort of like jumps through, and then we see a chariot, sort of like going around the ring, but it's being pulled by like seahorses. We don't know if this is a special effect or if it's real, but it's like horse-sized seahorses, and they're like on this like little moving thing of water, and on top of it is Imperator Poseidon, which is this.
And as you are swinging through the arena, you hear the sound of boos.
Yeah.
As the entire arena. This city has recently deposed its monarch and is now a democracy. So you're basically the everything that's wrong with the city. It's the Imperator's fault.
Oh hell yes. Yeah, I'm waving at the crowd as we're going through. He's Imperator Poseidon is like is in like a sort of like very stereotypical Roman legionnaire sort of garb.
Mhm.
But has the helmet with the fun little fan on top. And he has like a very close-knit well manicured like villain goatee. And has like a for some reason like a headdress that's like kind of like where the cape goes or whatever, but it kind of like goes up around his head, giving him that weird like a high collared effect. And he's sort of waving around, and he's like, "I fight for the people, or do I?"
And as this is happening, and as your chariot drives down, the announcer yells, "And backing up the dynamo.
Dynamo.
I hate that word. Backing up the dynamo. Your ruler. Oh, kneel for Imperator Poseidon. Boo!
That's not great.
Steps out of the carriage.
A bunch of red tomatoes fly through the air towards you. Adam, would you mind rolling me reflexes?
Can I instead roll my sort of control water, if you would allow?
convince me on how it would help.
Well, I'm assuming like, well, I'm kind of like picturing he always has like kind of like water around him, or at least no, water is his cape. So he kind of uses the water as kind of like shields and how he attacks, and he's Imperator Poseidon. So
Yeah,
I'm
perfect.
thinking like
Go
I would
ahead and roll
block
it.
tomatoes with that. Since I've leveled up a couple times, my control water is now D6.
Ooh.
My guy.
Okay, so we're looking at you're looking at an attack by just a regular crowd members who are attacking from long range. Honestly, the
beat a
only way
one.
you're failing is on a 6.
Okay. Oh God.
It's a 6.
That's a 6. So I guess
Can I assist?
You can assist. He
Can
can
I
hear
attempt
you.
to assist by well, if he's coming
lovely.
around the corner, can I attempt to assist him by trying to take a sword or something and swing tomato out of the air?
Sure, you
Nice.
can fruit ninja it.
This
Adam,
is how
go
we
ahead and
become
reroll.
friends. Oh my
Mhm.
gosh. Well, hopefully the D6 actually allows us. Oh no, it doesn't. Oh.
Okay,
I
so
don't
what
use the
what we're
D6
seeing right
anymore.
here is we
Oh
see
God.
Imperator Poseidon block the first volley of tomatoes and then another volley of tomatoes, and everything is going well. But we see one single tomato, like with top spin, flying straight at his face. At which point, Cassia slashes through it, and the tomato splits perfectly in two halves that fly straight in his face.
Yeah, I was like, it hits my face. I do not like react very much. It just slowly wipe it off, and I'm just like, I have to suffer such slings and arrows as a ruler.
Can Amy would want to try to stand up to her full height, like easily over 2 meters, like 6.5 feet,
Mhm.
and with a big bellowing voice, kind of wants to scold the crowd into being nice. Stop this rowdiness.
Of that.
Sure. What are you using for this?
Can I use my physicality as an intimidation factor? I want to look strong
Sure.
while doing this. Then I
Go
get to
ahead and
use it.
intimidate.
I'll
I'll use
give
a
you
D-
effort, like giving you background, like, yeah, listen, I'm not playing your background music as you're going on there. Your WWE wrestling background music.
I'm using my new bodybuilding talents. I'll use the D8. What's the difficulty?
Oh.
That's a good question.
I'm going to roll.
Honestly, you're probably like the crowd. You are the crowd favorite here because and the Imperator Poseidon and Dynamo are the heels in this fight. So I'd say that to convince the crowd, it'd probably be like a 6.
I rolled a 5.
Then you succeed. So
Okay.
the crowd begins to quiet down as
Stop
you.
that at once! Don't you have any manners? You shouldn't be coming to such awful and rude events like this. I know your mothers.
The crowd quiets down. A bunch of them looking almost looking cowed, looking like they're ashamed of themselves.
Except for one crowd of fans, which have a sign that says "Mothers for Magnus," who are going. They're like, "She knows us! She knows us!" I love them.
But then, as the crowd quiets down, people begin rumbling slowly in expectation as the fight in earnest begins, and all of you know what you are here for. You were sent out by the matron of the arena to to do like an after match after the main event, which was that Wizards match that you just watched. The after match is an exhibition match, just something simpler to finish out the night, and then everyone will leave. So you're bookending the night. It's also definitely a fixed match. And you know what? In the because I don't have planned who's going to win this or not. The way we're playing this is you are all going to go all out, and the result of the match, that was the result that was always meant to be.
Love it.
Do you want us
So-
to roll initiative, or how do you want us to do this?
I would like you all to roll for initiative.
Yeah.
How do we do
Just
that?
a D10 if you don't have anything
10, right.
special.
Yeah, if you don't have anything special, it's a D10. Otherwise, it's otherwise it's
baby.
whatever you roll. Don't show yet.
Roll.
Don't show yet. Give me one
I don't.
second because I'm pulling up the actual rule book for combat. So, does anyone have a 1?
Imperator Poseidon.
Okay, so the Imperator goes first as as your chariot lands in the arena. You are essentially within 1 move's range of everyone. What do you do?
Oh, I'm going. Okay. Well, I guess after the tomato hits me, wipe it off, turn towards the dynamo, like, I suppose you will do. And I look over, and we just saw the Demarius Magnus quiet down the audience and like, ha! You have good leadership skills. Perhaps once I defeat you, you can be part of my entourage. But first, I must defeat you. And I would like to summon an insane amount of water from my cape and try to attack both of them. Both Demarius and the barbarian Brit.
Okay.
Because there's like, I leveled up the control water to a wild degree, so it can control the water the size of an entire zone. I can attack people in all 3 zones.
You can attack both of them. By
And,
the way,
like, yeah,
Shirag, your
wild.
health is currently set not to max, so you may want to
Is it? Oh.
probably max that out before Adam removes it.
That makes sense.
Okay, Adam, roll your attack.
So since I'm trying to attack both of them, do I just roll once and that just is for both of them?
For
Or-
ease of use, I'd say you roll once and then they both roll to evade.
Is this
Cool.
at range or melee?
Sounds like range.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think range. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, my goal is to that's a 4. My goal is to like push them back to to hit the back of the arena walls or something.
Okay, perfect.
By this
So,
wave.
Ida and Shirag, as a massive wall of water flies towards you, you can roll to evade.
Evade, or let's try to.
Hold the wave of my might.
If you don't have anything, it's a D10 or a D12.
If you don't have anything, it's a D10. D12 is if you're attacking with something like an improvised weapon.
Let's go. D10. Because fast reflexes don't apply here. 5.
Okay,
8.
so a 5 and an 8. As the water slams into you, you crash to the back of the arena, crumpling against the wall. How much hit points of damage do they take?
I think it's just 1. I think it's
Okay.
just 1. I say kneel.
So you both
Please
take
don't.
1 hit point of damage as you fall against the wall and collapse onto the ground in a kneeling position. And that is Poseidon's turn. So 2, 3, 4. Shirag, as the Briton is being slammed back, you find yourself scrambling back to your feet first. What do you do?
I stagger up and say, "Oh, Mike, didn't you hear?" And I look up to my own jeering bit, like, "Britannia rules the waves," and it's just like, ding, and he's like standing up, and I'm just like,
Ding, ding, ding.
And just like rocking out on the just like they kind of. I'm
What
basically
is
just trying to like
this?
just like standing up, standing and just making like playing the music, just kind of like hype up the crowd for whatever my teammate is about to do. So no matter how good it is or doesn't do, the audience is going to think, "Oh my god, that's amazing!"
So, are you doing a combo attack?
Yes, I'm planning to do a combo
Ooh,
attack.
cool.
Yes.
Okay, so you spend 2 effort points to do an epic team combo with Ida's character.
Yeah.
If the next attack hits, the target suffers 1 additional point of damage.
No, I must have order. Quiet, you audience, quiet.
So we a rock chorus starts playing in the background as Britannia Rule the Wave starts playing. That is your turn. 5. Ida.
Oh, no.
Eat it.
Okay.
Slow
I guess
building
I have.
rock chorus behind you.
I will stand up, and I guess I need to move to the closest person. I think Poseidon announced himself already,
Mhm.
and I essentially would like to give him a hug, a body-crushing hug.
Oh no!
Amazing. Go ahead and roll your
I'm
attack there.
Because I am strong. And as I get up and I'm opening my arms, it's like, violence is not the way. We are better people than this. While flexing my arms. That's a 4.
Okay, so Adam, you can evade. The target to beat is 4.
I have a question. Because I have 2 talents. I have grip and wrestler. So
Ah,
like grip, I have a D8, but wrestler, I have a D10. I feel like I should use one of those. I mean, obviously, I guess
I
with
think those
everything,
are more meant for
but-
attacks, so go ahead and
Okay.
use your D10 to evade.
Okay.
Unless the
Cool.
thing specifically says that it's a D8 to evade.
Oh yeah. Okay. Ooh. I'm sorry, but that was a 1.
I'm going to quickly double check if there's a 1 on evasions.
Why
If
wouldn't
there's
there?
anything specific on a 1
Oh.
on the avoid check, but I don't think so.
Goodness.
The audience is impressed.
Yeah, Adam, narrate how you evade the attack in the most epic way possible.
I think 100%. Demarius Magnus grabs the Imperator and starts to squeeze them, and then they just like burst and they turn to water, and like so, and then about 10 feet away, Imperator Poseidon was actually standing over there. He created like a duplicate that Demarius
Amazing.
Magnus broke, and he's like, ha, 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 fool! And that's all that he said.
Okay, 7,
Oh.
8, 9.
I rolled a 9.
Yeah, get it, Dynamo.
Amazing.
so-
Dynamo.
Strike.
Okay, so I have questions. Number 1, do I see anything in the arena that can be used as a weapon?
Yes.
Something in the big and heavy category.
Yes. How big? How heavy?
The chariot.
The chariot can definitely be
there's
used
the
as a
chariot,
weapon if you're strong
But
enough.
outside of the chariot, though, is there anything else? Like,
You
you know
want
how in
something
wrestling
like-
they have chairs and stuff? Like, do I have anything I can use as, like,
Honestly,
weapon?
I'm going to
Fair.
say that there's like a the arena has like a whole bunch of things you could use for this, but the best one right now for you is a massive pillar that looks like it's made out of stone, but you actually know that it is like a wooden pillar with a just
Hollow on it.
entirely empty on the inside, so that it's
Styrofoam.
easy to
Yeah.
pick up and swing, but it looks really
Mm.
cool when you use it.
Okay, because
That's an improvised weapon, by the way. I
Yeah,
know that's
no,
what you're
it is.
asking for.
Yeah. I just because I'm thinking of like pro wrestling and how there's always stuff flying around.
Yeah, exactly.
What I would like to do. So it's like it's a piece of wood. It still has some heft to it, right?
Yeah, it's like this about 2 3 meters 3 meters in height. The outside is essentially plywood and the inside is empty, so you can just swing it, and you don't actually particularly need to harm in a fight like this. You're all like playing with the punches, so every attack is essentially like non-lethal, but you all
How
play it up as if it's the most lethal attack that you've ever felt.
I gotta make it look legit. Okay. Second question: how far away is the chariot from like where the emperor and everyone were fighting?
Like within one move, so it's
So my thought was I was gonna climb onto the chariot and
Mhm.
launch myself and try to launch myself at at the um at the opponent at Ida's character
At the gentle
from
giant.
the chariot at the jet. I'm just gonna try to launch myself while she is busy with the emperor.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for it. How?
When,
What exactly are you using for this? Is this
well, I figured it's an unarmed situation, right?
Yeah.
So I was thinking like my martial arts talent, maybe.
Perfect?
Like, okay, great. Okay. I'm gonna roll. Oops. What is that? Okay. I am going to roll a d10 for that.
Okay.
Oh, I rolled a 2.
Okay. So as you fling yourself towards the gentle giant, Ida, go ahead and roll for a avoid.
I clutch my chef's tools are always with me, and in this universe, my chef knife has transformed into sort of a giant butcher cleaver.
A cleaver.
Oh no.
And because I'm always wielding my medium weapon, this is a melee attack essentially. I'm going to
Mhm.
spend the D8 to try to avoid.
Okay. 2 to beat.
I got the 2. Does that means it beats it, or do I have to re-roll?
Let me
off?
double check. Let me double check how avoiding works.
Yeah.
If you attack, if the attack roll is less than or equal to the monster's defense or the NPC
Oh,
species
dang.
avoid check, the attack hits and the monster loses 1 health. So yes, you get hit.
Okay, I get it. Okay, so I'm gonna I still
You
have
do get
max
effort, and you do get effort, but you Anne, go ahead and narrate how your attack.
Oh, it says if the results are the same, both checks are re-rolled for a contested check between PCs.
Is that
Oh.
also the
Page
case with
7.
attacking?
Page 7. Contested check.
Yes, but at very least, how I'm reading this is there. That's a general rule, and the specific rule is you need to roll less than the attack check to avoid.
can I spend effort to try to re-roll?
Yes, you
boy.
can.
So I have all this effort. So
Yeah, you have all the effort, and if you fail, you gain your effort back anyway.
Get it back. I hope you roll a
I
1.
rolled a 3.
Oh, no.
Give myself 1 effort back.
Yeah,
then.
so we see the gentle giant trying to sidestep, and then just Dynamo. What happens?
So Cassia first of all plays up to the crowd because like heels still have their fans, right? Like, bad girl. And she's just like, you will bow down to the emperor. And just like, she takes a moment to soak in the and the cheers and everything. And then she launches herself from the chariot into like a superhero pose, and then like somehow manages to swing her leg into like a drop kick situation to try to knock over the giant, and just barely does it because she's so much bigger, but she comes in like full speed. And then when she lands, she kind of does a roll. She rolls into it and like basically tries to position herself next to her teammate.
Amazing. So
Well done, Dynamo.
we see you landing on the floor as the first strike is definitely for the heels. We go to the next round of initiative, which is Poseidon.
Fools! You cannot beat us. We are the Dynamo, and Imperator Poseidon. Cower at us. You will be frozen in your fear. And I'd like to, with the water that I've already spread out from the earlier wave, just kind of try and, or like freeze their legs in play.
Okay, is this an attack that's doing damage or?
You know what? How about it's not a damage. It's just like a maybe.
Oh,
keeping
you
them in place
you
thing.
just want
That
to
sounds
stop
good.
them from moving. Okay, perfect.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Go ahead and roll for it, and everyone else go ahead and roll to avoid it. And in this case, because it's not technically avoiding an attack, equal does mean reroll.
I guess another ranged attack. I guess however really magic.
Oh snap! I got a 1. Oh crap!
Oh,
Hey,
no.
that means Shirag beats me.
Shirag, you have to you can get to reroll. Do keep in mind your reflexes don't apply in combat.
Can Shirag and me reroll since I got a 1 and he got
Shirag
a
and
1, just to
Adam
see?
have a roll off.
Yeah.
But
Mark
your
F.
reflexes this isn't really an attack, so I'd say that they apply.
Okay.
Oh, they apply?
Yeah.
Then
you
I
roll
should
the
roll
wrong
a
size of die?
D8 instead of, because I rolled a D10 standard.
Okay, go ahead and
do it.
re-roll your die then, Ida.
Your visual numbers are 1, so and now the new number we'll find out is
Nope, not better.
yeah. So 6. What did you roll on your reroll?
2. I reroll. I don't want to
Okay.
be. I don't want to fight you guys.
So yeah, the cape falls. You hit the clasps on your cape, not actual clasps, but still, and the entire cape falls down on the ground. You push forward, and a wave goes over the bottom of the arena, turning the floor of the arena to ice, and then it waves up where the Briton and the Gentle Giant are standing as ice forms around your feet. Essentially, the arena is difficult terrain now, and you are currently locked in place, so you'd have to pull yourself loose. Speaking of pulling yourself loose, next up is the Briton. Oh, and don't forget to add effort for the failed rolls, Shirag.
Put that in. Where are we? Yeah. For the. There we go. How many rolls did I fail? No, I only failed the 1 roll, so that's fine. I'm going to. At this point, it's like, like, you think this is hard enough? You think I can't handle a bit of cold? You think that's enough? Let me show you how we do it. Back in Britain, reaches into my cape. Yes, this very appropriate Britain weapon, and pulls out the Tommy gun.
Amazing.
Oh no! Bullets, my only weakness.
Start firing. This is a Tommy gun. There is a weapon in the thing, which is an area attack kind of weapon. I think it's like not. It's like it's an uncommon weapon, a medium projectile weapon.
Can be
Um,
used to attack. No, actually, that's a normal weapon anyway. That's just doesn't let me attack multiple characters. That's a different character weapon altogether. I can't. The heavy machine gun. I don't think this counts. The exotic rated weapon. So I'll just use the.
a Tommy gun isn't a heavy machine gun, so
Kind of. Yeah, but rules why it looks like it. But anyway, medium repeating projectile. Yeah. Yeah. This
yeah,
is
you know what? No, he gets to target everything in his zone with his waves. You get to target everything in his zone with your Tommy gun.
Hell
Okay,
yeah.
fair enough.
You
So
probably
am I
hit
dealing 1 damage or 2 damage? We'll find out.
Oh, it also deals 1 additional damage on a hit. Yeah, sure, 2 damage in
shit.
1 zone.
Just a reminder, I am not trained in this. Do I do roll a d12 or a d10?
This is your energy weapon, right?
Yes.
In that case, I'll call you proficient.
So d10 or d8? I think it's a d10.
Do you get to roll a d8 for your energy weapons?
I don't think so. No, that requires rank 3 in energy weapons, which I don't have. So it's just d10.
Cool. In that case, d10, but you target both Cassia and Poseidon.
Yeah, I have. I've rolled. Do I say the difficulty now, or do they roll first?
You say the difficulty.
I have
Roll.
terrible news. I rolled a 1.
Oh no!
Oh no!
shit.
You know why that's even worse?
Why?
Because a 1 is a critical hit,
Damage. Oh.
and a critical hit deals an additional point of damage for 3 hit points worth of damage, which is enough to
that
drop
could-
both of them.
Unless
Yeah,
they
that's
also roll a 1 and force
nothing.
me to reroll.
Exactly.
Oh my god. Fuck. Can I use my control water to
Actually,
defend
no,
myself?
no, they can't. They can't.
I
Because we
can't.
just ruled
Yeah,
that
there's no.
in the case of
Way to
combat,
succeed this.
for them to succeed this, they have to roll below a 1. A critical hit hits.
I still want to
So-
roll to see if I do it.
Go
cool.
ahead
If
and
I-
roll.
If I fail really bad, or if I fail really
To see
cool.
how bad you have to
Yeah.
feel. But Shirag, get ready.
No!
Yeah, I don't feel it.
I
failed
also
pretty
rolled
bad.
a 1 though. I
Ah.
also rolled a 1 and
Woo!
it feels bad.
The only
Well,
way you
Shirag,
might have. The only way you
How
could
do
have
you
won is
drop
if you.
them?
Yeah.
Is there a question, or if this is possible, since Dynamo rolled a 1, is there any way I could get in front of her so that she only takes 2 instead of 3 damage? That at least she's still up, but I'm down and out. Like, is there or
No.
No
I'm going
way?
to give.
Okay, all
I'm
right.
going
No.
to give Shirag the
fine.
win here.
all right,
Yeah.
cool.
So yeah, pull it out, start firing. As it's like I'm aiming at like Britannian appropriate weapon, Tommy gun. That's like firing. They're like I'm hitting you, just like that thing. Aim at
Anyway,
Dynamo.
you started blasting.
Yeah. Just started blasting all this. As like the heat of the gun at the end, like as I'm put it down, the heat of the bullet just melts down the ice around me as I just like stand up. Just like as these guys are lying on the ground, defeated. And
Yeah,
I'm just saying like
there's literally just a that swings across the field. First hitting the Imperator and then hitting Dynamo.
yeah. Yeah.
As those bullets cross over the field, the heat of the essential ray you create just washes away the ice on the ground. And we see both the Imperator and Cassia just doing the most theatrical of nosedives as the crowd begins cheering your name. Britain, Britain, Britain.
Get to emperors.
Oh,
Yes.
fall over.
And with that,
Helmet rolls.
Yeah.
we're going to
I go
end
over.
this
yeah,
part of
I
the
go over.
session.
Yay!
So we'll be right back after this break. For us. For you, however, we'll be back tomorrow. Now, don't forget that this is a sponsored stream for Sagas. The Kickstarter is, if you're watching this right now or before the start of February, this Kickstarter is still live. You can still go and back it and make the physical edition a reality. Down at affiliate.half.yt/sagas, you can find all the information for that. I highly suggest giving it a look because it's actually a really good system. And with that, before we go, I'm going to quickly tell everyone to tell us who they are and plug their pluggables, and then we're going to continue on. Adam.
Hello, I'm Adam. You can find me at Adam So Wizard on any of the socials, and I have a link to playlist of Dungeons and Dragons and TTRPG stuff on there. Woo!
Amazing. Ida.
Hi, I'm Ida. My pronouns are she and her. You can find me at In the Pan on most socials. Find me at Horde of Tales, especially in March, hosting all women and femme tables. Find me in May and Roll for Good, where we're doing rolling clicky clackies for good causes and charity. Yay!
Amazing. Anne.
Hi, I'm Anne. My pronouns are she, her. You can find me on Twitter while it's still alive at XO_girl wonder, where you can find all of my links to other stuff because there's a lot.
Amazing. And Chirag.
Hi, I'm Chirag, one of the co-founders of Daisy and Dragons. You can find me on Twitter at Chicky Said What. And Daisy and Dragons, if you're watching this in February, we'll be releasing very shortly a bunch of more Valentine's themed games with Weave Games for Love is on the Card. So be on the lookout for that. Woo!
Very cool.
Romantic comedies.
And with all that out of the way, I have been Tav. I go by he, him pronouns, and I'll see you next tomorrow. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.